Breaking news. Zamfara State and 40 Muslim groups from the north are saying that Tinubu cannot abolish Sharia law and blasphemy law in Nigeria. My people know how on a day, when we said this thing some years ago, few months ago, few days ago, people assumed we were speaking propaganda. Today, at the time when Trump is speaking out, saying that 2 conditions, Sharia law and blasphemy law, must be abolished in Nigeria. These are tasks that Tinubu must meet in order for America to soft pedal in this situation of Christian genocide. I would say the snake has reared out his head. Those who are behind Christian genocide, they have read out. They are out in the public. And they are saying that Tinubu cannot abolish Sharia and blasphemy law in Nigeria. I want you to watch this video and it will blow your mind. Watch this.
Nation. With the benefit of hindsight, this does not come as a surprise. Past American governments had once announced that Nigeria would break by 2015.
Listen.
When that did not happen, after 10 years, they are now taking deliberate steps to make it happen. It seems like the plot they are working on is to instigate a religious crisis in the country by provoking the Muslim population. Recently, the US President, Donald Trump, made an accusation that there was a Christian genocide going on in Nigeria, even confirming that churches were being burned and Christians killed virtually every day. He then started rolling out conditions to be met by the Nigerian government and sanctions to be considered on government, individuals, and groups. He went on to list Nigeria yet again as a country of special concern. Among the conditions he rolled out was that the Sharia system must be abolished in the northern states and blasphemy laws be scrapped. Then, last week, a group of Nigerians living in the US, led by one Dr. Ebenezer Obadere, senior fellow at the Council on Foreign Relations, visited the US Congress masquerading as so-called experts on Nigerian affairs to request the Congress to make the US government demand that the Nigerian government put pressure on the northern states to abolish the Sharia system and the Hizbah. At this juncture, we would like to make the following observations.
Listen.
1. Even the British colonialists who conquered our land by force of arms could not altogether get rid of the Sharia system. Therefore, no foreign power can do it now. After more than 60 years of independence. 2. The Sharia system is an integral part of our constitution, which, in recognition of everybody's right to religious freedom, provided for 3 legal systems, namely the British common law, the Sharia personal law, and the customary law. 3. Moreover, the Constitution allowed for concurrent powers that gives states the power to make laws affecting any of the concurrent list, of which enacting Sharia law is a part of. 4. Unless the Constitution of our country and its democratic federalism is going to be trampled on, the plot to force the federal government to pressure state governments to abolish the Sharia system and Hizbah is not wise. 5. The Sharia system has never been imposed on any non-Muslims in Nigeria. 6. The blasphemy law is not a religious law, but a law enacted by respective state assemblies in order to preserve peace and harmony. 7. The Sharia system has no connection whatsoever with the different types of insecurity issues happening in Nigeria. 8. The Hizbah institution has never engaged in any type of arrest. It is an unarmed organization concerned only with the enforcement of Sharia moral laws within the ambit of the national law.
Lord have mercy.
Therefore, on behalf of all the 40 Islamic organizations that form the Zamfara State Muslims League, we hereby state the following. 1. We in Zamfara State are more than 99% Muslims. We were the first to implement the Sharia system in 1999. We want all and sundry to know that we are comfortable with the system.
Hey.
And we will never allow it to be tampered with. 2. The request of Dr. Obadere is not based on any expertise, but on biasness and Islamophobia.
Wow.
3. The U.S. has no business meddling in the international affairs of our country.
Hey.
Or act as a custodian of a certain religion.
Wow.
Or start a new crusade against Islam, with Nigeria as its first victim.
Wow.
4. We emphatically affirm that Muslims in Nigeria will not stand by and look while a foreign power dismantles the Sharia system.
Wow.
Just to make some anti-Islamic Christians happy.
Wow. Hey, Lord have mercy.
Happy. We know that America has been sponsoring Zionist terrorism.
Wow.
In Palestine.
Wow.
And the genocide of Muslims.
Wow.
We are ready. We are also ready to pay the price the Palestinians are paying.
Wow.
If America should decide to come to Nigeria to dismantle Sharia.
Wow.
5. We are calling on President Bola Tinubu to treat carefully. He should remember that he rose to power on the goodwill of Sharia-loving Muslim population of this country.
Are you hearing it?
6. We also call on Muslim representatives in the Senate and the House of Representatives never to allow themselves to be used for the achievement of crooked objectives detrimental to the interests of those they represent.
Wow.
7. We call on our governors and members of the respective houses of assemblies not to relent or give in on this matter.
Wow.
They must stand firm and ensure our freedoms in a sovereign Nigeria.
Wow.
We are also using this medium to appeal to our northern governors, especially the Sharia compliant states, to intensify efforts in protecting, safeguarding, and promoting the Sharia legal system in their respective states.
Wow.
8. It is time for our traditional rulers to stand up and talk.
Wow.
The labor of our leaders past shall never be in vain.
Wow.
9. Our ulama and imams must stand up and talk.
Wow.
Imams must convey our message of resistance on all pulpits. Sharia implementation is our religious right, which we are entitled to. We will never accept intervention on how to practice our religion from any quarter. 10. Finally, we call on all Muslims in Nigeria to be ready to defend our religion and the Sharia system, whatever it takes.
Wow.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wow.
On how to
hold on there for me. Ife game oh. Ogeme. Ife game ne bata. Ogeme one mo. Ogeme. Ife game ne bata. Something will happen, something will happen. Something will happen today. Something, oh my brother. Something will happen today. I say it will happen, no, it will happen, no. Something will happen today, oh. Something, oh America. Something will happen today. Lord have mercy. For those that say they believe in one Nigeria, I hope this is the contract you have. You are happy with the contract being laid out by the Islamic faith in Nigeria. 40 Islamic organizations assembled in Zamfara State. And they came with this pronouncement. They are standing on this treaty. I hope those who say they believe in Nigeria, the Christians from the south. When I say the Christians, I don't mean the Yoruba pastors, because most of them, I told you, they are Muslim converts. They are Muslims parading to be Christians. That's why they don't speak out when things like this are happening. They don't speak out when there is Islamization in Nigeria. They don't speak out when there is the genocide of Christians in Nigeria. You've just heard from them. Those that believe in Sharia, those that believe Nigeria is an Islamic country. They've come out in their public with their chest open wide, pumping high and telling you America can do nothing to them and that the world should know they are ready to fight like the Palestine if America wants to take away Sharia from them. From the beginning, we all said Nigeria is a secular state, that we have no business with Sharia. Now you understand the need to divide Nigeria. Those of you who say you believe in Nigeria, these are the type of people you are dealing with. If you were blind today, I hope by hearing what this man said here, your eyes now open. I want to call on America, God's own country. Congressman Riley Moore, this one falls on you. Congressman Riley Moore, this one falls on your desk. Senator Ted Cruz, please pay attention. But to Congressman Riley Moore, this one falls on your desk because you were in Nigeria some few days ago. You visited the head of the NSA, Nuru Ribado. We told you he was playing games. He was playing to the gallery. He was a liar. All what they told you was a lie. They cannot change the status quo. They cannot change the genocide of Christians in Nigeria. They cannot abolish Sharia or put aside the blasphemy law. They believe they own Nigeria. You were lied to. You were deceived when you came to Nigeria. Now you are hearing the who is who. The critical stakeholders of Islam. They have assembled in Zamfara state. And they've spoken out with one word. Or in one word. They've spoken out in solidarity. Letting you know that you guys cannot stop their Sharia. You cannot stop their blasphemy law. A tool being used to cause genocide. Deborah was killed because of the blasphemy law. And here they are claiming it has to do only to the Muslims. This one is on the desk of Congressman Riley Moore. I call upon you because you were in Nigeria. And when you made a speech on X thanking the government of Nigeria, I was in tears. I was crying because I knew you were being deceived by the Nigerian government. We know Nigeria so well because we came out from the womb of Nigeria. We the Biafrans, we know Nigeria so well because we came out of the womb of Nigeria. I made a show where I pointed out to you a pastor who said Nigeria to find a way to delay Donald Trump for 100 days. Nigeria must find a way to delay America for 100 days. Mr. Riley Moore, Congressman, please do not allow them to succeed. All what they told you in Nigeria was a lie. They were playing to the gallery. Their intention is to delay and distract you so that something else might preoccupy the mind of President Donald Trump. This is the real Nigeria we are dealing with. This man speaking, he is the real spokesman of the Islamic faith in Nigeria. They believe in Sharia, they believe in blasphemy law, and their intention is to change Nigeria into an Islamized country with a process I called the Islamification of Nigeria. Through the Islamification, it means your land will be taken off you. You'll be sent to IDP camps while your land will be taken off you. Through Islamification, it will become a norm for you to dress a certain way in order to have a government contract in Nigeria. Through Islamification, it means over time, the youths, they will fancy the ways, the tenets of Islam. They will see it as the best ways to correspond to the system of Nigeria. Through Islamification, it means your norms, your custom, your way of life, you will accommodate the tenets of Islam. You will accommodate Sharia and blasphemy law. For the fact those 12 states, they chose Sharia and blasphemy law in a secular country, it means they have chosen their own destiny. We are calling on America, God's own country, because Britain would not do it. Britain would not do it. Only America can do this. It is time to divide Nigeria, because even the president told them that they must make sure they have a Muslim president from the south. Under the watch of this president is when in his own judgment he felt it was okay to have a president being Muslim and his vice being Muslim. A taboo, a slap in the face of the Christians living in Nigeria. So we are calling out on America, please hurry to the aid of the Christians. Hurry to our aid. We are begging you in the name of God. Donald Trump, please hurry to the aid of the Christians. The Islamists, they are bent on making sure they take over Nigeria. Because on paper, Nigeria is now part of the Islamic countries. On paper, Nigeria is now part of the IOC. Lord have mercy. Or the OIC, the Organization of Islamic Cooperation, but I know it's countries, but they were being smart by putting the word cooperation there. OIC simply means the Organization of Islamic Countries, but they were being smart and they changed the countries to cooperation just to hide what they are doing. We are calling America, please, Congressman Riley Moore, this one falls on your desk. When you went to Nigeria, we pleaded with you, we begged you not to fall for the trap, not to be bamboozled, not to be cajoled by the Nigerian government, because we know them very well. We know them very well. Now, I hope with this video, you will get to understand that the president's hands are tied. It was a deal he entered with the caliphate. The president's hands are tied. He will do nothing to Sharia. He will do nothing to blasphemy law. He will do nothing about what is happening in the genocide of Christians. They do nothing about it. But when a neighboring country, Benin Republic, was going through a coup, suddenly we saw the might of Nigeria. Suddenly the military of Nigeria could fly and stabilize things in Benin Republic under the instructions of France. Suddenly you saw the real might of the Nigerian military. But when it comes to Islamization, when it comes to the Fulani militia, they tell you they could do nothing to them. Instead, they are coming with a peace deal. They came with a policy. The National Security Advisor, as you call them, Nurul Ribado, he came with a policy for those Islamists, and he called it the cheese policy. I repeat, the cheese policy, which is they fund them, they feed them, and they pay them. They fund them every month, they feed them every month, and they pay the terrorists every month. I know you were surprised when you touched down in Nigeria and you were told that 100 children have been released. That's the gimmick. That's the magic Nigeria does. A singer once called it government magic. A singer, the great fella Anibola Bokuti, he tagged Nigerian government, the government magic, where they turn white into blue, they turn red into purple. Water they go, water they come. Government magic. Please, America, don't fall for the Nigerian government magic. We are begging on you. This one, I'm calling directly to our good brother in the Lord, Congressman Riley Moore. Do not fall for the tricks of Nigeria. Nigeria is officially an Islamic country, and the genocide of Christians is something that is inevitable in an Islamic country. I rest my case. For those that have ears, let them hear. For those that have ears, let them hear me. No more talk.
Christianity is facing an existential threat in Nigeria. Thousands and thousands of Christians are being killed. Radical Islamists are responsible for this mass slaughter. I am hereby making Nigeria a country of particular concern. That's a legal definition. When the Christians or any such group is slaughtered, like is happening in Nigeria, 3,100 versus 4,476 worldwide. What horrible numbers. Something has to be done. I am asking Congressman Riley Moore, together with Chairman Tom Cole and the House Appropriations Committee, to immediately look into this matter and to report back to me. And I mean, like, immediately. The United States cannot stand by while such atrocities are happening in Nigeria and numerous other countries. It's not only Nigeria, it's all over. We stand ready, willing, and able to save our great Christian population around the world. This is not going to happen. The killing of Christians is not going to happen.
Mike Waltz, U.S. Ambassador to the United Nations. So let's start with what's happening right on the ground and what you at the U.S. mission have picked up on, what President Trump has picked up on is the urgency in this moment.
Well, I'm so grateful for President Trump to put his spotlight once again on this issue, but this isn't new for him. In 2019, he was the first president ever, Harris, to convene all world leaders here at the United Nations during the General Assembly and say enough is enough, and it was a global call to protect religious freedom. But the situation has only worsened, particularly in Nigeria, and as you said, clergy are being beheaded. Yeah. Churches are being burned, families chased out of their homes simply for wearing a cross, simply for saying Christ is King and that they worship Jesus. And enough is enough, and I just can't be more thankful for him. Not only has he done that, he has a religious liberty task force. He has a number of other things that he has done to eradicate Christian bias, not just around the world, even in our own federal government.
Right. I know that in his first term, he made Nigeria a country of particular concern.
And Biden lifted it.
And he lifted it. And in that time, it's gotten precipitously worse for those people on the ground. Look, a burning question today has to do with what really makes a difference.
Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a clear example. In 2022, Nigeria's Court of Appeals struck down the charges against him and ordered his release. The UN Working Group on Arbitrary Detention has also called for his unconditional release. Yet he remains in solitary confinement, in deteriorating health, and recently had to represent himself in court. Nigeria has signaled that the law is optional and targeting Christians is fair game. Just hours ago this morning, despite the pleas and cries of the Nigerian people and many Nigerian lawmakers, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was convicted on all charges. For fiscal year 2025, the U.S. has requested nearly $8 billion for sub-Saharan Africa. But when Americans see political prisoners, judicial defiance, and the slaughter of Christians, they understandably ask as they meet their own struggles, why should our tax dollars support governments that refuse to protect their own people? Is our aid aiding a genocide? Nigeria is a nation of tremendous potential, but that potential is being choked out by violent persecution of its Christian population. No country can build a stable future where churches are burned, believers are killed, and communities live in fear.
But particularly, the United States is concerned and outraged by the ongoing slaughter of thousands of Christians in Nigeria by various ethnic militias in the Middle Belt, as well as terrorists like Boko Haram and ISIS West Africa in the north. It is tragic and it is unacceptable. Churches are burning, villages are being razed, thousands are killed, clergy murdered simply for wearing a cross, for being a Christian, for daring to say they worship Jesus as Christ. Just yesterday, 25 little girls were kidnapped from their school and one school official murdered trying to protect them from MAGA Comprehensive Girls Secondary School in Kebbi State. Colleagues, this is happening. It's undeniable, and it's unacceptable. The United States condemns these attacks in the strongest terms, and it demands accountability. And as President Trump has made clear, we will not stand by while such atrocities are happening in Nigeria. The government of Nigeria must take immediate steps and do more to increase security, respond to early warnings, end impunity, and address the drivers of violence.